you had mentioned something, and everyone needs to understand, because something I hear all the time is, the VA prescribed me a CPAP, but then they denied my sleep apnea claim. It's like, okay, well, you had the current diagnosis, but you totally missed the in-service event. And I'm making that assumption, okay, assuming you went direct. Meaning the medication that you receive, although it came from the VA, it still has to treat that service-connected disability. So if you're 50% or above, your healthcare is free. So if you go take mental health medication, but you're not rated for mental health, you're going to probably, just to be real with you, you're probably going to get erectile dysfunction and female sexual arousal disorder on the female side of the house. But if your mental health is not service connected, there's no claim, right? It has to be service connected. That's not the bad piece. The bad piece is a lot worse. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah. Before we get to the bad,
yeah,
because this is a great segue into bad, right? Is this kind of this fuzzy area? You really brought a great point, Clay, and I'm so glad you did, because I probably, like you, have heard many people say, like that example, right? That, oh, well, I went to the VA, they prescribed me a CPAP. Of course I have sleep apnea. I can't believe I was denied. So you can overlay that scenario over any condition. Just because you go to the VA and the VA acknowledges any conditions with you, right? You can be seen for anything, right? It doesn't mean that the VA is saying that that's a service-connected condition. Remember that VHA, the Healthcare Administration, is taking care of you like a doctor, right? I mean, they are doctors, right? So it's a medical situation. So they're taking care of you regardless, typically, of what your service-connected conditions are. You can go there for your shoulder, your foot, your ingrown hair, whatever it is. So you're there. The VBA, Veterans Benefits Administration, is focused on your service-connected conditions and your secondary conditions, right? That's what they're focused on. So the two don't align exactly, because you're going to be seen for non-service connected conditions by the VA, and there's no correlation between the VHA diagnosing you with 30 conditions and those 30 conditions being service connected. No, not at all. So your point of, even if you have a diagnosis from the VA specifically, you still have to create that nexus, that link between the service connected condition and your time in service in a way of either that it manifested during your time in service or that it is a result of your time in service in some way. And then you would then file your claim and go from there. So anyway, I know I just doubled down on what you said, but I think that is really important, because, you hear it a lot and people get confused because it's like, well, the VA wouldn't be treating me if I wasn't service connected for it. And I can't believe, or it's the same thing, Clay, like when doctors will say, wow, your condition sure got worse, man. You're going to be seeing an increase. And then you go away for a year and you're like, well, I've never gotten my increase. I thought it's the VA. They're putting me in for an increase. No.
Oh, yeah.
Doctor's not doing anything for you. He's just trying to have some sort of quirky bedside manner because he knows that you're service connected for it, and probably just throwing out hints to you to go and file a claim for an increase. And look, the doctors, by the way, now that I'm down the rabbit hole, don't even really understand what the rating schedule is. They're not looking at the VBA's rating schedule, right? Unless it's a CMP, right? So your regular traditional VA doctor is not in tune exactly with what VBA is looking for. So just keep that in mind.